In this lesson, we are going to determine the probability, so the chance, of something called a compound event. A compound event is just basically like something happening that, well, sort of like more than one event put together. And we're going to do this using a table to show something called the sample set or space. So in this one, we flip a coin twice. So we know that the first time we flip a coin, we can either get a heads or a tails. We know the second time we can also get a heads or a tails. I guess I'll separate it like this. Okay. So the first time you can get a heads, and the second time you can get a heads. The first time you could flip a heads again, and then the second time you could flip a tails. The first time you could flip a tails, and then the second time you could flip a heads. And then the first time you could flip a tails again, and then the second time you could also get a tails. So we have heads, heads, tails, heads, heads, tails, tails, tails. Those are all the possibilities. So what is the probability of flipping heads 2 times in a row? So heads 2 times in a row right here. That's the only one. Only one heads out of 4 total scenarios. We'll just put possibilities. So basically you get a 1 in 4 chance. What's the possibility of flipping tails 2 times in a row? Right here is the only one, so that's 1 out of 4. So only one tails out of 4 total possibilities. All right. What's the probability of getting 1 heads and 1 tails in any order? So a heads and a tail. So there's a tails and a heads and a heads and tails in any order. So these two right here. So we have 2 tails and heads in any order. I'll put in any order out of 4 total possibilities, which is 1 out of 2 chance. 1 out of 2 chances. And finally, a tails first, and then a heads the second time. Tails first, and then heads. That's only this one. So, possibility of tails first. So it was only 1 tails, and then heads out of 4 possibilities. So only a total possibility. Okay, so let's make it a little more complicated. So we'll flick the spinner, and then we'll roll a 6-sided dice. So we have, we'll say spinner, so spin. You can either get a blue, red, yellow. Okay. And then when you flip, you can get a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me put these a little further apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here, 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 here. Give me some time. Okay, so there's a lot of possibilities here. We can get a blue and then a 1. We can get a blue. I guess we'll put this as a roll. Blue, 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 blue 2, blue 3, blue 4, blue 5, blue 6. We could also do this with red. Red, 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 red. And we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And lastly, we can do this with the yellow. Same thing. You can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So what's the probability of spinning a yellow and rolling a 2? Spinning a yellow, rolling a 2. It's only this one. So yellow and 2. So there was only one of those. I'll put like a dash. Yellow 2 out of 3 times 6 is 18. So 1 out of 18 chance of that happening. Spin red and roll 2 or 5. So I want to work that out. So spin red and a 2 or 5. So it's either this one or this one. So that time, so it's a 2. So I'll put red, 2 or 5. So there was 2 of them out of 18 possibilities again. I did put that on the last one. We can reduce that to 1 in 9 chance of happening. Okay, spin red or blue and roll a number bigger than 2. So red or blue, a number larger than 2. So 1. So blue larger than 2, larger than 2, larger than 2, larger than 2. Red larger than 2, larger than 2, larger than 2, larger than 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 of those possibilities of red or blue and greater than 2 over 18 total possibilities, which reduces to 8 divided by 2 is 4. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So a 4 in 9 chance of that happening. Alright, lastly, spinning a yellow or blue and rolling an odd. So we'll get rid of that. So spinning a yellow or blue and getting an odd. So we'll start with blue. Well, it's a yellow then blue, so we'll do yellow. So odd. So yellow, odd. Yellow, odd. Yellow, odd. Blue, odd. Blue, odd. Blue, odd. Remember, odd is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Even is 2, 4, 6, 8. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where you would do yellow or blue and odd out of 18 total possibilities, which is divided by 2 is 3, divided by 2 is 9. You have a 3 in 9 chance of spinning a yellow or blue and then rolling an odd number. That's it. Thank you.